It was July 14th, 2014. We were sitting right now learning CPR because I needed it for work. The very next day, July 15th, my husband found our 20-month-old blue and unresponsive in her crib. He heard her cough, like he said 1,000 times before he's heard her cough, but something warranted him to check on her, and he checked in the monitor and saw her doing some rhythmic thing with her hands and just thought that was really weird. Right after that, he went into her room. When he flipped the light, she was completely blue and unresponsive. I was already fast asleep, and he let out a scream that I hope none of you ever have to hear. It was a definite cry for help, and I woke right up and I went to her, and by the time he was getting her out of the crib, it's just a feeling that I hope no one ever has to feel. But I grabbed her lifeless body and all her limbs fell to the ground, put her on the ground, and I could hear those firemen talking to me saying, if somebody that doesn't need CPR will not let you do it. I heard them saying, just do something. And I was a mom first. I was freaking out. I was hysterical, but I told myself I need to get it together, and just I knew what I needed to do. So within 15 seconds, got her down on the ground and started doing compressions. As soon as my husband gave her to me, he did everything right. He called 911 without hesitation. But once the first responder got there, was a Maui Police Department officer. She had already, her color had returned. She kind of started breathing irregularly. Got her into the ambulance, and she spent a couple of days in the hospital. She's totally fine today. She's 2.5, thriving. She is doing well. Is fine. But the conclusion was that she had a very high spike in her temperature really quickly, and she had a febrile seizure. And it's okay to have seizures, but some people stop breathing, which is not okay, and she needed CPR.